It's always been a wild thought that we always ask people to pick whatever they're going to do for the rest of their lives at the age of 18. And my response to that is always, dude, I was completely lost when I was 18. I didn't know anything about the world. I didn't have any experience whatsoever. But we're constantly just told that, hey, you should pick a major right now in the beginning so you can be set up for success later on. And I think it's a boatload of crap. Like, how are you supposed to figure out what you want to do with the rest of your life in that short amount of time? And you have to do all that at the age of 18. And that's basically when your adult life is kind of getting started. You don't necessarily really qualify as an adult yet, in my opinion. Legally, of course, you do, but like, you just don't qualify as an adult based off of experience in the world as well. So, how exactly are you supposed to determine what you want to do for the rest of your life just based off of what? Based off of absolutely zero evidence, zero experience. And a lot of people end up choosing something that they're like, oh, I'm really good at this or I'm really passionate about this, and that's great for them. But a lot of people struggle with this just like I did. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do with my life. And if you don't, then don't worry, you're not alone because the average American changes his degree 3 times and graduates within 6 years. So if you feel like you're behind because you're graduating a year late, don't worry. I promise you, you're much ahead than the average American, just in general. And also, here's the other thing to it, right? Now, regardless of however much experience that you actually have when you turn 18 and you're about to start college, you're probably not going to be that same person for the rest of your life either. The amount of growth that you have from 18 to like 22 or 23, basically that entire time frame of college, it's immense. It's tremendous. And it's a lot of things that you actually learn, not just in college, but just about life in general as well and how you function as a citizen of society. And a lot of the times, even when we're 18 or even today, we think that the present day product is going to be the final finished product that we are going to live with for the rest of our lives. We don't acknowledge that, oh, our likes and our dislikes are going to definitely change, which they definitely are. And we're going to love the same things that we love still, and we're going to value the same things in the future as well, because that's really not the case. You're going to constantly change. And it's an illusion. And this illusion is called the end of history illusion, where you just think that you're never going to change, you're never going to progress, you're never going to get better or worse. And you're basically not going to receive any new revelations or any new information that will make you a different person. And that's an illusion because you are going to change drastically as well. I have, and I'm sure you have as well over the years. So I think it's just very foolish of us to think that we're not going to change anymore or we're not going to value different things. Just because we value something today does not mean that we will eventually value it tomorrow as well. Now, here's the thing. What exactly should I do if I want to figure out what to do with the rest of my life? Based off of all this information, based off of you being a young guy or a young gal and you don't know anything about the world. And also based off of the fact that you're going to change so much, so you might not even like whatever you do pick. And my answer to this is honestly, I don't know, but here is my advice and here's kind of what I did. See, you should pick a career that is kind of tolerable to you. You should study something that you feel like is pretty good, that you're pretty okay with doing, that you're pretty tolerable about doing. And I'll tell you why in a second. But once you pick that, then you can go out, get your job, and do whatever you want to in your life and as a career so you're a productive citizen of society. And then from there, you can actually pursue your hobbies and your passions and your dreams and your goals. Because let's be honest with ourselves, right? A lot of people do glorify this entire concept of burning bridges and burning the boat so you have absolutely no way out. And I do somewhat agree with that methodology, but understand not everybody is built like that. Understand that people still need money to feed their parents, their sisters, their brothers, their kids, their wives. So that reality is always going to exist. So you cannot just burn off bridges and burn boats just out of whim because you changed your mind about something. It's not necessarily reasonable, neither is it the right thing to do, and neither is it logical. And here's also a side note that I want to mention on this as well. If you make your career your entire identity, then you're going to have a very tough time. And when are you going to have a tough time? You're going to have a tough time when layoffs eventually happen, when the economic downturn isn't the best, when you're basically having to fight more workplace politics than actually do the work that you were passionate about in the first place. Because at the end of the day, these things are reality. You have to deal with the bad and you have to take it with the good as well. And that's the thing. If your entire identity is so entrenched in your work, so entrenched in your career, then you're going to have a terrible time whenever something bad at work happens, because that is going to basically give you an identity crisis. Now, if you're a workaholic and that's what you identify yourself as, go for it. I'm just saying that this is not something that works for me. Now, here's the thing. Even if you want to pick something that you're very passionate about and make it all about yourself, go for it, do it. That's your life, right? But how can you guarantee yourself that you're going to still like this career, that you're going to still like everything that you're actually doing 5 years from now? There is no guarantee. But what is guaranteed is that since you know that your likes and your dislikes and your hobbies and your passions and your interests and all of these different things that you want to experience in life are going to change, then you know that you can always have some type of hobby outside of work as long as work isn't completely consuming your life. Because think about it. Have you ever like talked to anybody that's all about their work and all they do is actually talk about work? And to me, honestly, it's a very miserable experience. It's a very miserable conversation. You know, some doctors, some lawyers, finance bros, startup founders, whoever you name it, they make work their entire identity and they do is want to talk about work. That's great for them, but I just don't think that in the long run they can actually survive it without going through a identity crisis when something inevitably happens to their job. It's just the observation. I might be wrong about this, and I hope that I am wrong about this for the sake of others, but this is something that I have seen happen with my own eyes to other people. Here's my final thoughts on this. The key is to definitely make enough money from your career and still have enough time so you can actually pursue what you're really passionate about. Because at the end of the day, yes, while I would love for everybody to just chase their dreams, to just chase their passions, I understand that that's not the reality that we all live in. A lot of people have needs and necessities. A lot of people need to take care of other people before they can even dream for themselves. And it's an unfortunate reality. And if you live in that reality, I very much sympathize with you. And I hope and I pray that it does get better for you. But at the end of the day, pursue your hobbies, pursue your side projects in your free time, and go make your money first. Because remember this, anything that you're passionate about, it's probably going to take some money. Even if you're passionate about Legos or making YouTube videos or playing video games, it all takes money. So you might as well just have it. But also remember that money is not the end all be all. Money is always going to be just a tool. Anyways, guys, this was episode number 102 of the Daily Lessons podcast. If you're listening on Spotify, do me a quick favor. Go to YouTube, hit that subscribe button because it absolutely means the world to me and it only costs you 2 seconds of your time. And if you're already on YouTube, man, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already and comment down below what you actually thought of this video. I would really appreciate any feedback at all. All right, this is Yusha signing out. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys.